This is Insightful Moments. I am Jared Tiamiyu. Welcome to another edition of our show. And today we'll continue what we have started in the last episode. And that has to do with the rural development. What is happening at the grassroots. And we'll be speaking with a special advisor to Governor Gboyega Oyetola on works and transport, Engineer Osun Olaniyan. He will be telling us what the administration of the governor in the last 18 months has done as far as the rural area is concerned, and even the road networks. Most importantly, we will be specific about Osogbo-Ilobu Road, which is a federal road, and also Iwo-Osogbo Road. What has happened on the road? Why do we have the slow pace of works on those roads? Those are the things we'll be discussing today. Welcome to the show. I am Jared Tiamiyu. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
I'm inspired by what Inside Links Media, what they are doing. They are doing a very, very good job, and I want you to keep listening to them. Thank you.
Yeah, I come back from that very short break. As I said earlier, my guest today is a special advisor to the governor of the state of Osun on works and transport, Engineer Osun Olaniyan. Engineer, sir, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Sir, we want to look into the development at the grassroots, especially in the areas of transportation, most especially the rural area infrastructures. Those two areas are very key to the development of Osun. Sir, can you tell us how your administration has fared so far in the last 18 months that the governor has come on board?
Thank you very much. Since we came on the saddle, we have looked at the network of routes within our state. We have been blessed with a very good network of roads. Virtually every town, village, hamlet has been connected with one type of road or the other. We have federal government roads, we have state government roads, we have local government roads. And in most cases, these roads are in good motorable conditions. But in the last 1 month or so, last 1 year or so, we have experienced very bad rainy season that lasted for longer period than expected and damaged some of these road infrastructures. And the state government is trying hard to restore those bad roads to normal condition. But who do you think a large percentage of our roads are motorable?
Okay, sir. Recently, there are some roads that the state government has actually completed, and then some are waiting for commissioning, and then some are actually at several stages of completion. Can you tell us the motive and how you rationalize the roads, how you come about the roads to be constructed? Maybe you are considering some economic importance or some, some people living there. How do you come about the roads, and what are other roads that this administration is working towards ensuring that it gives a new look?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, the World Bank carried out a kind of survey sometime about 2 years ago,
okay. And
certain roads were identified as requiring urgent attention. In addition to that, the His Excellency Governor Gboyega Oyetola, after his success at the polls, went around all communities in the state on a thank you tour, where he actually got the feelings of the people. Most of the communities requested for the construction, rehabilitation of existing roads. So those two planks were the basis upon which the routes that we are looking at were selected. That is the DFID report and the thank you tour of Mr. Governor. And this is the premise on which we base our attention and action. As we speak now, a number of these routes have been attended to. Many more will be attended to in due course. And it's an ongoing work, is a work in progress. The issue of infrastructure is something you do on a continuous basis.
Okay, sir. The Oshogbo Iwo Road, the project has actually started, but some people are complaining about the pace of the work. We are now entering the heavier part of the rainy season, where we witness some heavy rains as the time comes in. Can you tell us why we are having this slow pace of the work, and how the government is actually addressing this to ensure that even though there is hindrance considering the rainy season that we are, but how are you working towards having a faster pace in working on that road?
Yeah, thank you very much. Let us educate ourselves about this road. The Iwo Oshogbo Road is a federal government road.
Okay.
And we as a state government, we are doing the best we can to collaborate and cooperate with federal government agencies, that's FEMA, Federal Ministry of Works, the controller of works in the state, to ensure the speedy completion of the road. Yes, the slow pace of construction is largely due to some of the bad portions we encountered along that axis. For instance, at some point we realized that the underlying nature of the ground was so bad that we had to excavate deep to like 6 meters to remove poor soil and replace the poor soil with good engineering soil. That took us a while. It was unexpected, but we had to do a good job on that. Then on some other portions too, similar experiences were encountered. In order to fast track the completion of the road, the federal government has divided the portion among 3 contractors. If you go to that axis now, you see different contractors working on the stretch. And as we go, we ensure that we give them close marking and monitoring so that the progress of the project will be ensured. Talking about the rainy season, engineering is a beautiful science. For one thing, we have the weather forecast. You can always plan our work based on weather condition. So rain or no rain, work continues. And even the timeline of the federal government, I believe that before the year runs out, that road will be in good shape.
Oh, that's a fantastic one. I'm very sure that will soothe many hearts, especially the people that are applying the road on daily basis. So let's now come to the other aspects. Recently, you are planning to have a trailer park at Oweno. We got in the news that there is an ongoing project, or you are about to commence it. Can you tell us what the trailer park is all about, and then the economic importance that the ministry has actually drawn out before you embark on this project?
Yeah, thank you very much. The issue of trailer park was long overdue. Osun State is a very, very important state because it connects many other states from Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Kwara, Ekiti, Ondo, and it leads to other parts of the country, the east and the north. The state government had in its plans to establish about 5 trailer parks within the state. These are the ones along the Oshogbo Ilaudo axis at Ikirun.
Okay.
The one between Oshogbo and Iwo at Egbedi. The one between Oshogbo and Ilesha at Osun. The one between Oshogbo and Nakoda at Oloki. And the one between Ilesha and Nakure, that's the Owena one we visited yesterday. The plan of the government is to ensure that these heavy laden vehicles do not carry their heavy goods to damage our roads within the state. So by establishing trailer parks, we would be achieving that objective. Secondly, we will be creating along such corridors a kind of economic point, a town where new economic activities would take off. The economy of such location will be boosted. The economy of the state will also be boosted. Wherever you have trailer parks, it's a whole town on its own. Yes. So many other associated trades will join. So we are starting already. That of Oloki, we will soon start also. That of Owena, by the special grace of God, will start before the month runs out. Our intention is to ensure that all these long distance vehicle operators will have resting places at these nodes, such that accident will be minimized.
Yes.
They themselves, like the Owena, as is, Owena is a very important trade route.
Yes.
You can go through that route to the east. You can go to the north and other parts of the country. And these long distance vehicles, they either move items from Lagos to the east or to the north. So they need resting places. Apart from that, Owena is surrounded by so many villages that you have our farmers producing farm produce. And the Owena market is a very big market. These trailers will come in, pick farm produce, distribute to other parts of the country, bring items from other parts of the country to Owena for distribution to other parts. So it's a very, very important corridor for us. And we really want to establish this trailer park to boost the IGR of the state and then to improve the economic situation of the city affected.
Yes, sir. Sir, we would like to go on a very short break now. But when we come back, I would like us to dwell more on the rural area, and we will talk about how you are working with the local governments and even the federal government. There is a road in particular that I would like you to talk about. So please stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Chief Press Secretary to Governor Gboyega Oyetola of the state of Osun. Keep watching Inside Media.
Yeah, welcome back on that very short break. My guest has been the special advisor to Governor Oyetola on works and transport, Engineer Osun Olatoke Olaniyan. Engineer, sir, thank you for being with us.
Okay.
Let's now talk about the local areas. But before I go into that, there is a road in Osun that has been an issue of arguments, and people recently we had a kind of opinion poll on that road, people plying it, and they are saying the contractor is not working well. And we believe, even if it's a federal road, there may be a kind of liaison with the state ministry, because we've seen the commissioner of works supervising or monitoring some works there. I mean, Ilobu Oshogbo Road. That road now, it has been an issue, a kind of argument. There's been argument on it that the road, they started it in the year 2011, and up to now, it has not been completed. But recently, when we went there, when we asked people for people's opinion, they are saying the contractor did some parts, left some parts, and it will just go to another side of the road, just do another part, and then still leave some parts. So in our discussion with the contractor, we realized that he is not actually ready to, do some kind of a good job there. How are you working with this kind of people, especially that road in particular?
Yeah, thank you very much. Let us say it as it is and state it clearly. The contract for that rehabilitation of that road was issued by the federal government. It's actually a federal government contract. And were it not for the good relationship which our governor, His Excellency Dr. Gboyega Oyetola, has with the people at the federal level, we wouldn't have had the contractor coming back to do that job at all.
Okay.
So it was through his intervention that we were able to bring back that contractor to site. And what we have found out is that the contractor is carrying out the work based on how funds are released to it. Were it not for the kind of cordial relationship we are maintaining, both with the principal, that's the federal government, and the contractor, we wouldn't have even gone to this appreciable level. So we are trying to manage the two people very well so that we get the best out of them. We have to ask people to bear with the situation.
Okay.
The state government is doing everything possible to ensure that we get value for money and we get the job completed as soon as practicable. Practicable in the sense that where we run after federal government to ensure release of payment as at when necessary, we run after the contractor to ensure that when such funds are released, they go back to site and do the job the best way possible.
Okay, let's now talk about, we still stick to the relationship with Osun and the federal government.
Yeah.
Let's now, recently, it was in the news that Osun was one of the beneficiaries of 148 billion naira that the federal government released for the federal government projects that the states has undertaken in the past. So, can you tell us how much did Osun get and how are the people going to benefit? How are you reinvesting this money back into the infrastructure?
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me quickly tell you that the money you are talking about is actually a refund
Yes.
of what the state government has spent on federal government road. So you would agree with me that this is like a refund for money already spent by the government, and the government actually took this money from somewhere which had to be paid back. You understand? So it's not like a fresh money that has to be disbursed for fresh projects. It's a refund on a money.
Are we saying this money is part of a debt that we are repaying, or it has been, you said it has to be refunded to where it was taken from?
Yeah.
Was it not taken from the treasury?
No, what we are saying is this. You know how finances run.
Yes.
We were paying contractors on behalf of federal government.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
It was not originally our project.
Yes.
But we had to pay contractor on behalf of the federal government. So once the refund is made to us, definitely it's not a fresh money for us.
And what we are saying is, when you were paying the contractor, was it from the treasury?
Yes.
Yeah, if it was from the treasury, it means this money will come back to the treasury or the
That's
state.
left for the finance people to answer. As far as I'm concerned, we paid the contractor on behalf of government and got refunded by the federal government.
Okay, sir, let's now talk about the local governments. There is a need for local government to have some level of, the past administration, there was this level, 10 kilometer in all local governments, and now this present local government administration, they will last by early next year. Are you ensuring that at least before the road network in the local area is actually motorable and people in the rural area can bring their goods to the urban centers?
Well, I know you are making vivid reference to the plan of the government to do a 5 kilometer thing per local government.
Yes.
Good. Yes, we had that plan and we were actually working at it until COVID-19 came. And this COVID-19 has now put a hold on so many things. But I can tell you that plan is still on. And at the nick of time, once we have concluded our plans, we'll roll out and everybody will see.
Okay, let's go to the community now. Yeah. Recently, the people plying Osogbo to, the intrastate movement, there was this, we had it in the news that some of these commuters have increased the transport fare, even there was no reason to do that. So, but it was a kind of cry from the people. Have you worked on that, and what is the result? People want to hear that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me make it clear from the onset. The state government still has its borders locked. So there's no interstate movement as far as we are concerned.
Yes.
Now, for the intrastate movement, that's within our state, movement within our state, you will also realize this COVID-19 thing has imposed certain things on all of us. Everybody's making personal sacrifices.
Yes.
We said, for the safety and welfare of the people, wear your nose mask. For the safety and welfare of the people, maintain social distancing wherever you are, even in buses. And that means that buses that have been carrying a certain number of passengers before have to reduce the number of passengers. And, naturally, some of these bus operators, transport operators, they have this natural, inclination to just increase their prices without consulting government. When this matter was brought to us, we invited the leadership of the transport associations here, and we made it point blank to them that on no circumstance should they increase fares. Now everyone is making personal sacrifices because of this COVID-19, and there's no reason for them not to make their own sacrifices. And we also drew the attention to the fact that out of the items they use in their trade is fuel. Fuel fell from 145 naira per litre to 123 naira per litre, and this is what they use every day.
Yes.
So there's no restriction for them to jack up prices on the excuse that they are carrying less passenger than they were carrying before. If that is the argument, then you are paying less for fuel too. Now they are pushing forward the argument that they buy engine oil, they buy tires. These are not items you buy every day. So you cannot factor that in and then jack up by 50% or 100% the transport fare. And they left here with the agreement that yes, they are going to revert to their normal prices. The example they gave is between Olaya and Owode.
Yes.
And they said, okay, between Olaya and Abere, they still collect 50 naira. But between Olaya and Owode, it's 100 naira. And we told them there's no justification for that. So our belief is that we have given them the necessary directive, and they must comply with the directive. For so long, we've been enjoying their cooperation. We've been working together. We do not want any crisis in the state. We do not want them to just jack up prices and cause disaffection and problem for us in the state. And they get left here with promise that they are going to revert to their prices.
I think that is very important for people outside there to have feedback from the government. So, sir, let's now round up the show now. We would like you to tell us what's your message to the people will be, from the government. What do you want people to be doing, especially when it comes to payment of levies, people parking, and some other places? We know revenue is very important.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a very, very important point you have brought up. Governance is a symbiotic relationship between those at the aim of affairs,
yes,
and the people out there. We all have our duties and responsibilities. If the people want certain things from government, they must also realize that they have to give out certain things too. First of all, I like to appeal to our people that everybody has a duty to pay his or her taxes. Governments run on taxes. And if you are expecting government to provide for good roads, provide good roads for you, provide good health care for you, good education for your children, water supply, all the amenities you're asking for, government can only provide all of these from the taxes you pay. And there are so many of these taxes. Apart from the normal flat rate tax, which everybody must pay, the payee is there. When you have your vehicle, you must obtain correct particulars for your vehicle. These are areas where government gets funds to run. Without them, there's no means to run the government. We have found out, unfortunately, that most of our people do not obtain correct papers for their vehicles. A while ago, we carried out a sting operation around that very here, and we realized that virtually 75% of motorists apprehended neither had the correct vehicle particulars, not even driver's license. This is criminal. But it's a government that runs on the understanding of the people. So we only appeal to our people to please pay their taxes, to obtain the normal papers and particulars for their vehicles. In other climes, in the advanced world, America, Britain, name them, government function on payment of taxes. The other day, they were distributing palliatives to people. We saw what they were distributing. These things did not come free. It's from the taxes their people paid. If I ask an average man on the street now, when last he paid tax, maybe somebody may not even remember he has to pay tax. This is not good enough. Our people should pay their taxes. It is our government. It's a participatory government. They are involving people in governance. So they have a duty. Please, they should pay their taxes.
But before we close that, how are you working with the security agencies, law enforcement agencies, to ensure that they don't compromise? Because if you can have a sting operation and you realize that majority of people plying the road, doing this transportation business, don't have the particular, you don't have even driver's license, how are you ensuring? How are you sure that there is no compromise somewhere?
Well, we are collaborating with the other security agencies like the police, the Federal Road Safety Commission officials, our own men, the vehicle inspection officers, to ensure that once vehicles are apprehended and they do not have correct particulars, they are given the necessary papers to go and pay to the coffers of government. And we review this from time to time. We'll be going out to carry out sting operations on notice, without giving anybody any notice, to ensure that more revenue is brought back into the coffers of government. We are seizing this opportunity to also appeal once again to the other agencies of government. We thank them for their cooperation so far, and we are appealing for more cooperation from them, so that virtually everybody in this state will have correct documents for their vehicles, and revenues will be brought into the coffers of government.
Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Special Advisor to Governor Gboyega Oyetola on Works and Transport, Engineer Osun Olatoke Olani. We appreciate that. We appreciate the time.
Abokede Adironkefumi, General Manager, Osun Agency for Community and Social Development Projects. I want to say that you should keep watching Insights Link TV. It's a development-focused communication media.
That has been a wonderful session with Engineer Olatoke Olani, the Special Advisor to Governor Gboyega Oyetola on Works and Transport. We're able to x-ray a lot of things at the rural area and urban centers. What is happening to some specific roads in the state, and how we are having slow pace of works on those roads. I believe as we move on, we will continue to ask questions that are actually necessary and are important to the growth of the people at the rural areas, and also the welfare of the people at urban centers. It's another time when I come your way again. I'm Jareti Amiyu. Special shout out to my wonderful sister who is celebrating her 40th birthday on June 28th, year 2020. That is Sister Olajumoke Ibrahim. Madam, I celebrate you today and every other day, and I wish you many happy returns of the day. Special shout out to all my crew members, Mayowa Jaido Bamidele, Shai Zakaria, Fatima Yawale, Aisha, and some other people. Please, I celebrate you. Some other time, please, and so stay safe. Bye for now.